The fight against COVID-19 and the vaccine rollout, new findings show communities of color are not getting the shot at the same rate as white people. Now, Atlanta media mogul Tyler Perry is stepping in to try to boost that number and sway vaccine skeptics. Joe Ripley joining us live at Grady Hospital, one of the largest hospitals in the state. And Joe, Grady teaming up with Perry in this new push?
Good morning, Sheba. You're absolutely right. And there are several hurdles when it comes to getting minorities vaccinated with that all too crucial COVID-19 vaccine. You've got the question of access. Is it adequate? Is it fair? And then you have the skepticism surrounding the vaccine. This new partnership between media mogul Tyler Perry and Grady Health System hope to address that.
He's walked red carpets, built a state-of-the-art studio, even invested back into the community. And now Tyler Perry's latest role? A role model. The media mogul has taken both doses of the COVID-19 vaccine and has now partnered with Grady Health System to help spread the word about vaccine safety.
The idea of Grady was that we will approach Tyler Perry, who's an opinion leader, because we know that key opinion leaders are very important.
We've seen similar scenes with top law enforcement leaders and government officials getting the vaccine to try and reassure the community it's safe to do so. Perry sat down with medical experts, including Emory University's Dr. Carlos Del Rio, asking questions to get further educated on the vaccine.
This is not just about a photo. This is about educating the community.
Especially in minority communities hardest hit by COVID-19, yet vaccinated at far lower rates. The Kaiser Family Foundation found alarming racial and ethnic disparities in 16 states. While Georgia doesn't track vaccinations by race, Kaiser cites 1 in 3 African Americans are hesitant to receive the vaccine.
This is not just a health care issue. It goes into housing. It goes into education. So if there are partnerships that can be formed between healthcare organizations and other community-based organizations to get to those individuals, that is partially how we will solve healthcare disparities.
The goal, to raise awareness and erase the stigma in minority communities and make sure they get fair access to the COVID-19 vaccine.
Even Tyler Perry was a little hesitant, concerned about taking the COVID-19 vaccine. He says the education helped. You can see him sit down and chat with medical experts in a program tonight, a special on BET. As a matter of fact, Dr. Del Rio, you heard from there just moments ago, he will also be in that special to educate more folks about taking the vaccine.